Hello, everybody. This is just a quick tutorial to show you or remind you how to use EasyBib. EasyBib is a citation generator that you can access online for free if you're using the MLA Style Guide, which you are for this project. Keep in mind that you need to use EasyBib if you are not using one of the BHS databases. If you're finding information in one of the databases, the citation is already done for you and properly cited for you or properly formatted for you to copy and paste into your works cited. If you are using one of the suggested websites or one of the print books, you are going to need to use EasyBib to make sure that you have your citation done correctly. So, here's how you use EasyBib. You're going to get to your research guide for this project, and then over here on the left, you're going to take this link to EasyBib, and it will take you to a site that looks like this. Let me get out of that first. Okay, it'll look like this when you first get to it. So let's say that we are going to do an EasyBib citation for this ancient history encyclopedia, which is the second recommended source that you have on this research guide. So I would think 99% of you are going to need to do this citation. So you're going to get over here to the source, and you will all have a different encyclopedia article than I do, depending on what you researched. I'm researching the Colosseum. So I found the article here. Some of you might have the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Some of you might have Pyramid of Giza. It just depends on what you looked up on this source. I looked up the Colosseum. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to EasyBib, and I'm going to click on all 59 options. Each kind of resource that you have has a little bit of a different citation. And even though our source right here is a website, it's really an encyclopedia that's accessed on the web. You can see it right there in the name. So I'm going to pop over here and I'm going to do an encyclopedia article. And it's going to bring me to this screen here in just a second. Or 4. Or 5. Here we go. Okay. Now, we're going to skip number 1 because we're not doing a book. Okay. So here we're going to do number 2. And obviously, it's an encyclopedia that's not in print. It's not an online database. It's a website. It's an encyclopedia that's created from a website, and it has always been published directly online. It was not in a print version first. Then you're going to fill in the information. The title of the article is usually what you looked up, okay? So again, for some of you, it might be the Tower of Babel. For some of you, it might be Aleppo. It just depends. Mine happens to be the Colosseum, so that's what I'm going to type in. Then you go to the next piece of information that it asks. I'm going to look for the author. So here it is, Mark Cartwright. So I'm going to pop over here and I'm going to type in his information. Okay. And then it's going to ask for the title of the encyclopedia. So it's Ancient History Encyclopedia. And it's going to ask you who the publisher or the sponsor is. This is where you need to go to the About link. And sometimes the organization has another name. So for instance, if you found an article on the pyramids of Giza, the title of the article might be the Pyramid of Giza, but it might be published by Ancient Egypt Incorporated or something like that. For this case, the name of the sponsoring organization is actually the name of the encyclopedia title. So we're just going to type that in again. And then it wants the URL. So you're going to pop over here, copy and paste the URL. It'll let me do that. Paste that in. And the day that it was electronically published, and they give that to you right up here at the top, November 6, 2012. So I'm just going to put that information in. Choose the month. You don't need to do an annotation for this citation, so we're just going to create the citation. And then we wait because it's so exciting. Here it comes. And there it is. And then you take this whole citation that's done correctly, and you're going to copy that, and you'll put it right here, whatever source it was, on your works cited template page for us to work with later. Okay? So there it is, all done and perfect and pretty. Okay, so again, if you're using a book, then obviously you would come here and do the same thing for the book. And I like to do the all 59 options and then do book. Sometimes you can search for it by the book title and you won't have to go through all of this business filling in the information, but sometimes it doesn't and you have to do that. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.